Hey guys, happy Sunday and happy Sunday Night Live. I hope you guys are bringing some high vibrations into this broadcast, anyone who comes in, because that's all we can settle for these days. Too much going on out in the world to bring the negativity when we meet here. It's got to be high vibes, positive stuff, all of that. That's all we got time for. We don't have time for anything else. I'm not here for anything else. Just here for the high vibes. My name is Jason, and you're watching Ray of Light Tarot. I'm going to be doing some fun stuff tonight. Debbie, hey, nice to see you. Hey, happy Sunday. How's your weekend going, Deb? How is it so far? Let me know how your weekend is going. Yeah, only high vibes, please. We've got all kinds of crazy going out there in the world, so we're going to bring the high vibes right in here. Hey, Jane, nice to see you. It's good and lazy. Yeah, I've been super lazy. Philip, Amber, readings coming tonight. I've got a couple of people. Amber, your second reading, your love reading coming tonight. I have been promising some readings for people for a couple of days, and it's not that I've been busy. I've been the opposite of busy. I've been lazy and not putting forth the effort I need to. I can own it. I've been like, yes, I confess. Right hand. Which hand do you put up? And one goes on the Bible, whatever. Yeah, guilty as charged. I'm so freaking lazy this weekend. It's been really bad. Like in the bed lazy. Super lazy. Hey guys. Dikra. Okay, I don't even know how to pronounce that, but hi. Hey Stacy, nice to see you. Hello Aaron Brooks, nice to see you. Welcome guys. I hope you guys are having a nice weekend. Hopefully you're not feeling as low energy as I've been. Let's pump that energy up in here. But we'll get it back. I've got to get on these November readings right now. So there's no more laziness. Like, it's done. Starting tomorrow, Monday, it's a new day, it's a new week. I've got to get these November readings out to you guys. So I'm ready to go. There is no more laziness allowed. It's just not a part of our process. Good, Stacy. Yeah, I believe that. Your readings have been interesting recently too, and I like that you're claiming the good stuff. Claiming the good stuff. Jane is recovering from a hangover. Well, you brought that one on yourself. Hey, I know the feeling. When I was on vacation in North Carolina, I drank and I partied too much. You know, I just don't do that anymore because, I mean, God, I have addiction issues as it is, so it's not a good idea to be doing anything that's substance related for me. But I partied way too much and just was letting loose, and it was fun. I didn't regret it, but it's never fun the next day. Like when you have a hangover, right? It's just not fun. It's no bueno. You were in my home state, North Carolina, but same. Hey, we're grown, right? We're grown. If we don't know better, then we deserve it. So we can handle the hangover. I didn't know. Why did I think? I thought you were in Mississippi. I thought you were in Alabama or Mississippi. I don't know why I thought that. My body is like, you enjoyed it. Well, here's the thing. I don't know about you, Jane. Well, you're a little younger than me, but for me, when I was 20, I could handle it. But around 30, things started going downhill fast. And at 40, it's like, don't even play with me. Now, I am from the South, so I can drink. I can hold my, and I'm Irish too, so I can hold my liquor. Like sometimes I don't even get a hangover if I drink, and I can drink a lot and not get a hangover. But other times, you have to peel me off the floor for the next 24 hours. It's bad. So, I'm 43. I'm 43. Yeah, Stacy, I swear I thought you were, for some reason, I thought you were in Mississippi. And I thought, are you sure we haven't talked about something to do with Mississippi? For some reason, when I think of you, I think of Mississippi. Anyway, the list is open if anyone wants to get a reading. I only have one person on the list. Malia, you're on the list. But Malia, I thought we were doing a continuation from our last reading the next time we talked. I mean, I appreciate you booking a mini reading. Malia. Who else do I have? I think it's just Malia so far. Yeah, does anybody need a mini reading? The list is open. 2222, Cash App or PayPal. But right now it's just Malia. And the reason I was going to, hi, can you check PayPal? Send it. Okay, sign up. Yeah, you guys can use Cash App or PayPal tonight. Either one is fine. Oh no, some other people did actually send minis in. Hang on. Jane. Okay, so I have Malia, Jane, Zainab, I'm going to message you about that because you just got a message. Wait. What? What do you mean, Stacy? My issue, wait, what did Jane say? Oh, about Mississippi? Oh, did I? Okay, there's something to do with Mississippi and you, for sure. There's something to do, and that's the one thing. Here's what's really good about taking time. Well, for someone who's empathic like myself, what's really good about doing downtime and not doing readings, which I haven't in like 4 days really, is you really get it. You would think that when you're doing readings, you get into a flow, and that's true sometimes, but your energy can get drained. When your energy is not drained, which mine is not right now, I get really just the wildest things start coming through. And I know there is something, there's probably is a message with you in Mississippi. And specifically, it wasn't like a little bit. It was like I was sure that there was something to do with you in Mississippi. And it may have to do with either an ex of yours or someone in your future, but it's a male energy. Okay, Debbie. So let me see. Yeah, I know. I don't know what it's about, but it's strong, and they're all around you. They're in your. If this is a negative energy, you need to be careful because I know you're really trying to bring in the positive things right now. If this is someone you want in your energy, right? That's good. Welcome it in, but it doesn't feel like a bad energy. So I don't know what to make of it. Whatever it is, it's not. I think whatever it is, it doesn't hold power over you or anything like that. But there is an energy attached to you. So all right. So what I'm going to do real quick, guys, is just really quickly. And I mentioned I was going to do this earlier. I'm going to pull a couple cards. Well, I'm going to pull some animal spirit cards for the masculine and feminine, just to check on the collective. Because most people who come to my channel either are on twin soul journeys like myself or have been, think they might be. They're not really sure. So what I'm going to do is just do a little quick collective check-in for those of us that are here. And I'm going to just pull for the masculine and feminine, just an animal spirit oracle, and see what's going on, okay? So, and then we'll start on the minis. The feminine, your energy, feminines, looks really beautiful, okay? I can say that for sure. Like your energy to the feminines in the collective, your energy feels really beautiful right now. The masculine's energy, it's not that it's not beautiful. I mean, we're all beautiful. We're all lovely. The masculine's energy feels a little bit more cruddy. I don't know what words, what's the word? It feels a little more crowded. That's the word, crowded. The masculine has the spider spirit card. It's not a bad card. This is a card of, it's a creation card, right? It's a card that's, spinning a web and bringing things with you. They also have the electric eel spirit. That's a very, obviously a watery card. 56, 24, 6, 11. So the masculine's really coming into to his own when it comes to emotional availability, emotional wholeness. And I would say, although I do feel a lot of change in the masculine's energy, whoever you're with, masculines, whoever you're with at this time will benefit. Your partner, the person you're married to, dating, live with, whatever, they will benefit from whatever you're doing right now because you feel, your energy feels very creative, very empathetic, and very much like an energy that's building. I feel it's not just growing, like it's really exponential growth where it's like doubling, tripling, really big growth here. So, and then for the feminines, I said, you guys just feel really beautiful right now. Look at the two cards that came out for the feminine energy. You've got the peacock spirit and this parrot spirit energy. Again, this came out, I know you remember this came out for you, Stacy, with the reading that Jai and I did for you on Wednesday. And this comes out for all the feminines. The parrot spirit is a card about your words, right? Watching your words, speaking only things. Because remember, there's a lot, and I mentioned this as well on Wednesday. I've been feeling there's a lot of instant manifestation right now going on, guys. And instant manifestation is something you have so much control over. We always do. But when it's instant, you can really see it. Like you start speaking something and it's going to happen. So be aware of that. And also just know that, this is a time to let your light shine. sometimes people will walk up to you if you're really in the light and doing what's right, and they'll say your light is just shining, and that's because you have that light within you, but you have to make sometimes a conscious effort to let it shine out. So feminines, masculines, what's happening? Masculines are in creative mode. It's not a lot of movement from one home to another, from one place to another, but there's a lot of creative energy, a lot of ideas coming in. They are thinking about the future, and certainly that would be the future with you if you are the feminine energy. And what I would say for you is, although they're more in the water, you're much more in this Leo energy. Although these are both bird cards, they feel very much like a Leo energy, you know, very much like kind of showy, kind of a little bit of a show off. And that's okay, like that's great. Puff it up and show it off a little bit, right? That's a good thing for you to do, because it's you need to be seen by the masculine energy at this time. If that's something, if you're feeling that energy, that light from within, let it shine out so that you can, hey Angel, nice to see you. If you're feeling that light from within, let it shine through so that you can, you know, do it. All right, so and then the card for the relationship itself is the Lion Spirit. Be generous of spirit. This is card number 37. So this is sort of that beginning and end, alpha omega energy. This is how we want to start and finish things in our life, cycles, right? This is about really being being your best self in all of your in all practicing like a really high-minded principles, not just in, you know, your most intimate relationships, but in all of your affairs, right? This is what that card is about, being generous of spirit. And I know right now, well, I can only speak for the United States of America where I live. Not a lot of Americans are being generous of spirit right now, because they're, you know, it's an election year and we're about to have an election, and everybody gets really hardcore into their mindset. And, you know, it sucks, but now is the time, if that identifies you, now more than ever, try to put yourself in other people's shoes, right? Try not to be so harsh. I mean, so many people are so ignorant and just so caught up in their own mindsets. And the best thing we can do is admit that we don't know it all. I don't care how much you read, and I don't care how many places you read it from. Half of it's probably not true. You don't know it all. And the truth is, even if you do, your responsibility is to be a kind, generous, loving person, not to spew your truth on somebody, right? So we've lost that somewhere along the way. And I think now more than ever, when it's difficult, is the time to really put the effort in to be a little bit more generous of spirit toward each other, okay? And I'm not just telling y'all that. I practice what I preach. I'm trying hard. I'm trying real hard. This is good stuff. Hello, Soul Tribe friends. I don't have no Soul Tribes up in here. I'm not one of those Soul Tribe people, but welcome. Everyone is welcome here. I am not a Soul Triber. I don't do all that. But yes, welcome everybody. This is all are welcome as long as you bring some high vibes. Hello, Shannon. Stories from the Lion's Mane. Yeah, Shannon. Guys, follow Shannon. She tells her stories. Steve, YL, what's up? Okay. So that's what's going on with the collective. The biggest message from that is the be generous part, I think. So I don't see, okay. Malia, Zainab, Jane, and Deborah is who I have on the list. I don't know, I haven't seen, is Malia, are you here? Miss Malia? Malia, Zainab, Jane, and Deborah. Did I miss anybody? Is Melanie B here? Where's Melanie B, by the way? Melanie B, you sent a payment in last, I think last month, Sunday, but we never got to do your reading. Hey, Jeanette, nice to see you. How are you? So let's start. If Malia's here, Malia, put your question up. If Malia is not here, and I haven't seen Malia yet, where are you messaging me on Skype? I'll check my Skype after this. So let's start with Zainab. Do you want to put your question up? Zainab, you need a reading. Do you need a mini reading or a full private reading? Tonight is 22/22. Yeah, Zainab, what's your question, babe? What is your question? Yeah, the list is open. Cash App, $ Ray of Light Tarot, 2222 USD. I've been so lazy, you guys. This is mini. Yes. Is that what you sent over for, a mini? Zainab? What's your question, Zainab? Okay, Amy. I need to put, hold on. Hold on, guys. Right back at you, Stacy. Thank you so much. We love that. We love it. We really love it. Okay, Zainab, Jane, Deborah. And then who else? Where did you send it to, Amy? PayPal? Amy must have sent it on PayPal. Shannon, I just got yours, Shannon. Okay. Okay, I'm sending positive. Okay, I didn't get one from you on Cash App, Amy. You might want to check where you sent that to. Our Cash App is $ Ray of Light. Oh, did we miss you a prior week? Prior week? Yeah, I think I remember you. Hold on, hold on. Was that last Sunday? I just want to check when it... $22.22 GGS, yeah. Wednesday. It was a Wednesday. I think it was Wednesday before last. I'm putting you on my list. Okay. Ah, yes, Amy. Thank you. I was trying to remember when that was. Okay. Well, I've got you on the list, Amy, but I have to go through these first. So just hang around for a minute. It won't take long. My readings are pretty quick. Usually the mini readings are about 3 minutes long each. So just bear with us a minute. Okay, so let's do, Zainab wants to know about, thank you. Zainab wants to know about, you're confused. Okay. About what's going on with art. Okay, so let's see what's going on. I'm going to, hang on. I've got a lot of decks out right now. Now I'm going to use the Wild Unknown deck. It's a good deck. Clarity for Zainab, please. Thank you. Michael, Gabriel, Raphael, Uriel, thank you. Some message for Zainab regarding our situations. Hold on. Well, Ace of Cups. 10 of Wands, 7 of Swords, 5 of Wands. This is interesting. So there's a lot of conflict within the energy of this connection. Currently, the energy for the connection is the 5 of Wands. That's a conflict card that usually represents, like what you said, you're kind of confused in your heart space. I don't think it's just you that's confused. I think there's just confusion flowing back and forth between the two of you. But what's interesting is the first card that comes out for you guys is the Ace of Cups. The Ace of Cups is a card that represents a renewal of the emotional flow in a relationship. A lot of times it's like a chance for a new beginning or a new understanding, or even like falling back in love. It's usually a really good card, and it definitely represents the emotions flowing the way they should in our connection, but it's also showing me what's not right in this connection. What's stopping that from happening is you guys have got to end this cycle of there's too much stuff between the two of you. I hope that makes sense. There's just too much stuff. You've got this 10 of Wands. You can look at this card. Do you just try to feel what this card represents? It's dark. There's no clarity, and it just feels, it's like an abstract painting that's telling a really scary story to me. This is a dark story here. I don't know why this is darkness between you and R right now, but there's darkness, and it's in the past, because when we have a 10 like this is a cycle that's ready to be cast aside. You need to put this in the past. Whatever this darkness or this sort of confusion where maybe the person's giving you mixed signals, you don't know where you stand, and they're kind of making you think that you don't matter to them. This is like a heaviness. And also, look beside this card, also we have the Seven of Swords. This card especially tells me the story is more about, there's like this second guessing sort of deception energy. Look at the fox. He's curled up, like trying to comfort himself, but then he's got one eye opened. He's sitting on one of the swords. He's got one eye open, just like very, very defensive. In case someone is going to attack me, I'm going to be prepared to defend myself. There's too much stabbing in this connection. There's too much lack of trust. There's a lack of trust, and it goes deeper than a lack of trust. It's like this may be R and not you, though. This part about like, I'm going to lash out and hurt you before you can hurt me. That energy is really toxic, and it's very heavily in this. What I can say, though, clearly you've been trying to manifest a new beginning here, because you've got the Ace of Cups coming in. So the universe is trying to work with you. Like, your energy is manifesting some good stuff. You're trying to bring good things into this connection, but there's just so much confusion and darkness. So I don't know. The fact is, with Ace of Cups coming in upright like this, it makes me think that this Ten of Wands, although you may be attached to it because it was part of your past as well with this person, they're the ones in the darkness. Because if you were in the darkness so much, you wouldn't be able to be manifesting this Ace of Cups like this. So I tend to get the feeling that they're the ones more in the darkness, and whereas you're not as much. But ultimately, all you can really do is, you've got to let go of where, because it's usually when this comes in like this as a blockage, it's both people holding on to it. So you're holding on to this energy just as much as this person, or at least a little bit. Maybe they're holding it onto it a little more than you are, but you're holding on to it as well. It's almost like these five wands are blowing in the wind. They don't know which direction to go. And this isn't as dark as that 10 of wands, right? This isn't as dark and scary, but it's still, it's present. There's a constant, consistent, present darkness here between you two. And I don't know, I've never really seen that when I've read for you before, so I don't know where that's come from, that kind of dark energy between the two of you. It's very sad and it's very painful. This person's going to strike back. They're very defensive right now. The best thing you can do for you is to kind of clear the energy and not make any fast moves in this. You've got to show this person, maybe even again, that what you have to offer is unconditional and sincere. There's just too much hanging on to the past, and this might not even be your past. He came but was leaving silent messages. Well, he's in a place of darkness right now. Look at this. Look at this 10 of Wands. This is a place of darkness. Like I said, it feels scary. And when something feels scary to me, it's usually because of that defensive energy. Like someone's afraid they're going to get really hurt or damaged badly. It sucks. When I get that feeling from somebody I'm close to that they have no trust left, or that they feel like I'm going to damage them in some way, or that I'm out to hurt them, I just leave them alone. I just back away, because I never want somebody I care about to feel that way. And so I think maybe that's what you need to do. Just back off and leave them alone. And absolutely, I would practice detachment. And I would also say you are manifesting very well. I think this Ace of Cups shows that. And the Ace of Cups also shows you it's not hopeless, but there's a difference between being hopeful and not hopeless. Not hopeless is good. Hopeful is great. I would say focus on the detachment. Focus on clearing that energy of that 10 of Wands out of your self, your energy, and that'll make it easier for R to work with it their own way. Okay, you've got to only focus on yourself right now. The Ace of Cups is coming in upright for you no matter what. So you're going to feel, really, the moment you detach, you're going to be able to feel that Ace of Cups. What's beautiful about these connections is, even though you won't be experiencing it with R, you're going to be able to feel the Ace of Cups anyway. So that's beautiful, and that's really nice that you're going to be able to feel that without even having to worry about what's going on over there. So just kind of be, I would be more focused on that and welcoming that in. And what you have to do probably to do that is to detach. Okay, good luck, Zainab. Next is Jane. Jane. Okay, so wait, somebody said they sent a payment. I didn't see who they... E. Brooks. Jeanette. Okay, Jeanette. Thank you, Vicky. We appreciate the love. I miss my mom a lot. Had some emotional moments this week. Kind of getting that same impatient vibe, but seeing them as opportunity. Okay, general messages. You're welcome, Zainab. Good to see you. Good to connect with you. Hold on. I hate when the cards go flying on the floor like that. Okay. You've got the Ten of Cups in your energy right now, which I can see with the other cards that are coming out. The Ten of Cups for you, this is the way, okay, so here's what I want you to understand. That anxious feeling you just described, I've gotten that feeling before too. And you know, it can come, you missing somebody, whatever. What you need to understand is when you get yourself fully aligned and in check and in balance, that feeling, the energies that are coming around you right now, when you're in balance, they will feel perfectly beautiful. They won't feel anxious like that. The reason the energy is feeling anxious to you is not the energy, it's the way your chakras and their alignment are responding to the energy. And so when that happens, it's really a sign to us to take note and to really work on ourselves. Because what you've got here, you've got the Father of Cups here. This is an energy. It's not your mother, even though the way you're feeling is you're missing your mother. What's actually going on here has to do with issues between you. It's father stuff. It's masculine energy issues. And that darkness, because of the depth of the issues, it's manifesting in your mind and heart as I miss my mom, but it's not even about your mom. It's about your father. I shouldn't say your father. It's not about your father. It's about your relationship to masculine energy. But it's so skewed that in your mind and heart, you're thinking it's missing your mom. And yeah, I'm sure you do miss your mom. It's not that you don't, but what's really going on behind that is so much more. It's not about that. It's about something here that there's a hole, a wound, and it has to do with masculine energy in your life. So I don't know why that is, but it's a clear message coming through. I've had that happen for me before. Oh, I think I'm missing, whatever, my mom or my twin soul. And really it's got to do with something that happened to me when I was 5. So it's very deep stuff going on here, and I want you to be aware of that, okay? That black swan is a masculine energy in your life. Now, what's the guidance for you and what's happening? You've got the death card. We're moving into Scorpio season. Are we there? I think we are. What's today's date? Yeah, we're in Scorpio season, right? So here we go, Sun in Scorpio. It's a heavy energy sometimes, but it's watery, so it can flow if you allow it. And you've got good energy all around you. If you can allow this sort of death to happen, you're going to make really beautiful fast forward movement, and then you're going to start to build. You've got that 3 of Pentacles after the 8 of Wands. Both of these cards as outcome cards are really good, and so is this 10 of Cups in your current energy. Both of those tell a really great story for you. So I want you to keep that in mind and be aware of what that means for you. Like what that's saying is this masculine energy and that hole that you've got when in dealing with the masculine, that gap, right? That emotional gap that's there. If you can find a way to allow that energy to sort of heal itself, because it's not something you can heal, right? You can't do anything to heal it. You have to be able to move on from it by working on the things within yourself that are already there. It's the healing of the mind and the confusion that those things aren't there, that those things are missing, and that those things are empty. And then once that happens and that falls away, you've got the Eight of Wands and the Three of Pentacles. Again, Eight of Wands is a promise that you'll move forward really fast, and the Three of Pentacles is that you're going to build something new, and you're going to have like a new mountain to climb, a new goal and a new thing to sort of focus on and attack. But I think the biggest thing to realize is that that sadness that you feel and that sort of melancholy, it's not attached to what you think it's attached to. That's just how deep this goes. So keep doing it. Keep doing it. It's a process. Remember that, guys. And I know it because I'm not fully there, and I've been doing this thing for over 2 years. It's a process, okay? And so the more you work on yourself, the more you affirm, the more you meditate, the more you grow. Do whatever works for you. Yoga, whatever. There's not a specific way. It's kind of like the path to source, to God. There are many ways to get there. So find what works within you. Deborah is next. Deborah. But I think there was a reason that came through, Jane, and I would really think about that. Like in your meditations, focus on like, why did Spirit need you to know that it's not even really that it goes so much deeper than what you're thinking it is? Because it's not your mom. It's to do with a hole or a perceived hole or a perceived lack in this connection to the masculine energy. And so what is that about? And then you want to look at, why am I only able to perceive it as missing my mom? What is it really? What's going on there? You know? Because I think we all tend to do things like that when we're still building and healing. And there's a reason that Spirit wanted you to know right away. It came through. It's not missing your mom. It's just manifesting that way. Okay, Debbie, the custody battle. We thought the first case would end in December. Yeah. Okay. Thank you. All right. Hang on just a second. Huh. Well, I can say one thing, you're kind of getting scolded by Spirit with some of these cards, because the two majors that are coming out are really cards that are telling you stop wondering about things like that will work itself out, and you need to be focused on you. So I'm not even going to go into that, but that's what the High Priestess in your current energy is talking about, and the Devil card in that energy. It's saying, you as the High Priestess should be really focused on your own energy and all of the power, and holding that power in front of you, and focusing on him is only going to bring toxicity. That's the Devil energy. Now, like I said, I'm not going to go into that because you already know that stuff, but that's kind of overwhelmed some of the other cards that came out answering the question. So keep that in mind. As far as the question you asked, there's good things happening here, but it's work. This is going to take, like, this, what I get from this, I don't know when it's going to be done, but there's 2 8s. So what's 8 months from now? November, December, January, February, March, April, May, June. Is that what you said? Or you said July? So probably, I think that's what the 2 8s are probably about, is that around June it's going to really start to look good. But right now, this is a mess. You've got the 8 of Cups, okay, the 2 of Swords, and then the 8 of Pentacles. So the good card here is the 8 of Pentacles, but it's saying that it's going to, there seems to be a lot of antagonism in this. Like if you're looking at like mediation, there doesn't seem to be a lot of agreement I know you were talking about how they're trying to get this stuff worked out. It doesn't seem like there's a lot of that going on here. And the reason I say that is because these two cards don't feel like someone being very agreeable. I mean, when you've got the Two of Swords coming out in the middle, that's like nothing's happening. We're not making any progress. Now, the good thing, the Eight of Pentacles is a card of progress, but it's a card of, this is like heavy mediation, having to really get that communication thing going. This is a card where the progress happens, but it takes time and it takes a lot of effort and it takes like a lot of a willingness to compromise, right? This is a compromise card, I think, for them. Now, again, though, for you, the cards that came out strong, these are the majors, and they came out strong. The High Priestess and the Devil. So I just want to remind you, the Devil card next to all this, it's warning you that you worrying about it. Granted, you're not getting involved, I know, but you even worrying about this and letting that be in your energy is going to mean toxicity for your spiritual path and growth. So try your best to remember that whatever's going on over there in the Gemini's side of the street, the Gemini has brought into the Gemini's life and the Gemini has to deal with. Like, you can't be taking on, the more you try to take on any kind of burden for that person, the less you're on your spiritual path that you're supposed to be on. And I know that goes against like what we want to do when we love somebody, but it's the truth. I've been there, I've done it, and I've got the battle scars to prove how it doesn't work well when you try to bear someone else's burden. You can't bear someone else's burden for them. You have to focus on, even though maybe there's not a lot to focus on for you, because this is a good card, but remember, that's what you're supposed to. This is going to be a lesson for you if you're not careful. That's what the Devil card says to me. So just be careful not to get too involved in this. It's going to work out. It's going to take time, but it's going to work out. And there are some hard lessons in this for your Gemini. And you can't fix it. You can't change it. You have to just, what do we do when we can't fix or change something and we didn't cause it? We have to accept it. So remember that acceptance is the key today. But it'll work out. It's going to work out. I think maybe sooner than July, maybe June. That could be what those cards are about, that it'll be over in June. So maybe a little sooner than July. But now that you've got the info, kind of try to push that out of your awareness and not focus on it, okay? Okay. Amy, next is Amy. What's your question, Amy? I'm in a transition period in my life. I don't have you on my list, Jamie. Did you send a payment? I'll put you on here. You are so welcome, Deb. Thank you. Good luck. And focus on that High Priestess energy. That High Priestess card for you is a great card. Like, that's a beautiful energy. As a feminine soul, that is a beautiful energy representing you. So keep it going. Okay, I will move on to, take your time, Amy. I'm going to go on to Shannon. Shannon, what is your question, Shannon? This is Shannon. I just had a great convo to clear the air energy with a soulmate last night. Congrats. I love that. That's always a good thing. Communication is good. We like it. We're putting past behind and moving forward as friends. What does Spirit have to say for me going forward? Okay, let's see. What does Spirit have to say for you going forward? Never mind, take care. You too, Jamie. Thank you. What does Spirit have to say for you going forward? Oh, beautiful. Okay. Really good stuff here. Now, I will say one thing to look out for, just I'm going to start with the warnings first. Don't let, you're at a good place. It's always good when you have a conversation like that and you recognize. But what happens is the spirit of what got the relationship to be in kind of a weird place in the first place, that spirit's not gone. It will come back. So beware of that. When that energy starts to build up again of like worry or, you know, not to let it, because you've got good things happening here. So you've got this is the Eight of Swords. And this Eight of Swords can be a card where you've been feeling trapped. In this case, that's probably how you felt about the relationship. But this is that cocoon. So there's also in that feeling where things were kind of for so long maybe stagnant or not where you wanted them to be, there was actually major transformation happening within yourself that really probably needed to have that outward experience happen in order to provoke that inner transformation. And then once that happens, you've got such great things happening. You've got the Judgment card upright, you've got the Moon upright, two majors that really speak to you, right? And they really speak, I think, about how you're coming into a place of recognizing how to make your heart's desires come into fruition and how to pursue a path that's uniquely your own, right? It's a path that's uniquely your own. And you've also got the Two of Swords in reverse. So that again, though, even though it's in reverse, it did come out as kind of a warning to me where it was like, just remember, like, you don't want to let yourself get trapped up again in things that really, guys, here's what I've learned. If I don't have control over the situation, I don't need to be worrying about it. And so that can make your life so much easier. Just to remember, if it's a situation you can't control, then you probably shouldn't be worrying about it. Like, what good does it do to worry about something that is 100% outside of your control? Nada. It does you no good. It's not for you. And so that doesn't mean this relationship isn't for you, this soulmate isn't for you, but where you guys are at, worrying about it and getting that feeling that had you trapped in the past, it did serve a purpose, but you don't need to get that lesson again. You got that lesson and now you want to be free from that trapped energy. These are great cards. These feel really good. So whatever you're doing, I know you changed the name of your YouTube, whatever you're doing. I saw the video you did about your skydiving. That was really interesting. Whatever you're doing, sharing, I think keep doing it. Keep doing it. Share. Don't be afraid. And this is the thing I always tell people when they ask me about like a YouTube channel or something. You have to be, if you can't be willing to be 100% vulnerable, open and vulnerable, don't do it. Because people don't want to watch someone who is holding back. You know what I mean? Like, that's what I've learned. It's not easy to be vulnerable and 100% yourself because a lot of times we don't want people in our lives and in our business that don't know us. And I still feel that way. I don't want you in my business if I don't know you. But at the same time, when I come on here and people subscribe, I have to be willing to be vulnerable and to be myself and to share from an honest place, right? So, yeah. Yeah, and that's great that you've just come out of that and you're moving on. Don't just remember the Two of Swords is in reverse now. It's still there. You don't want to let it get back to that. And you have to be able to see a little bit of the future to know what it feels like when that starts to happen. Okay? Okay. Amy, are you ready yet? There's Amy. Perfect timing, Amy. In the past, I've leaned toward solving everything. I think you replied to the others like it was for me. You think so? Sometimes that happens where it resonates for you. So what's your question, Amy? You're welcome. You're welcome, Shannon. Probably because you're a kind and loving person, Ruth, and you're just learning to value yourself equally or above others. Okay, what's your question, Amy? Amy. Question format. Hey, Julene, nice to see you. Question format. Hello, Tarpio Sag. So I have, do I try to communicate? Okay, so let's give Amy some guidance on her situation and what she needs to do as far as communication. You're healing from a broken heart right now, Amy. I'm not sure whether that has to do with a actual romantic relationship or some of the familial stuff. I think you mentioned some family stuff at the beginning. Yeah. I'm not sure exactly what that's about for you, Amy. You are healing from a broken heart. You have the Three of Swords here in reverse. That does represent that it is the energy is healing, but you need to be aware in your healing as you kind of are shutting down and not communicating. You're embracing a little bit of this masculine energy. This is the Father of Wands card, and that's a little bit of a masculine energy that you've had to kind of embrace. So when we talk about embracing a masculine energy, what does that mean? So it means that you're not communicating maybe, or you're having to shut down and not show maybe someone that you used to divorce, maybe someone that you're used to showing your emotions to, you had to stop showing your emotions. That's masculine. When we're doing that, we're engaging in a masculine type energy, bottling it up, not necessarily expressing. That could be considered a masculine type energy, especially if you're healing from a broken heart right here. You have the Lovers card crowning the reading. It came in reverse, but it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter, and here's why. Because I know what it feels like. This is not a reverse Lovers card. It's a Lovers card. It's just coming in a little slow. You've got good things coming in for you. Just know this is a matter of timing. It's all about timing for you. The Five of Swords is here, and that's also in reverse. So there's been an ego death somewhere in this divorce, maybe in your family, maybe you and your ex-spouse or spouse and kids, whoever's involved that when you think of your family, there's been an ego death. Someone had to go through an ego death where they stopped thinking from such a selfish place. And it took a lot of this for them to go through that. Also, someone was not being honest. There was a lot of deception in this connection, and that's ending. That deception is coming to an end. As far as when, I would say it's not, the choice for you isn't about when to communicate. The choice for you is about when you communicate, are you able to communicate from your heart space? Because it feels to me, a lot of these swords, there's a lot of mental energy. So I hear a lot of people in this connection being very logical, like, well, you did this to me and blah, blah, blah. Like, this is very logical. This isn't, I feel this way. As a result of this, this is how I'm left feeling. There's not a lot of like feeling statements, and so what I would say is be careful of that. I'm not saying you're doing that, Amy. Someone in this connection is doing that. So be careful as you communicate when you do feel like it's time, and you'll know when it's time. I think I like this Lovers card coming in. Everything's black and white in this Wild Unknown deck. Most of the cards are black and white. And what I really love about this reading and how it came out, you've got 4 cards here, all laid out. They're all black and white with a little bit of red. And then this Lovers card comes in bright color, okay? And there's this wormhole. I see this like wormhole that they just need to get sucked into. It doesn't do any good if you're all present and communicating, but you're not telling your truth. Like communication only really applies when there's truth being told. Communication, when it's all these swords, does nobody any good. So the biggest thing for you is when you're ready to communicate, make sure that you're able to drop it from the head down to the heart and communicate from the heart space. There's someone in your life that is worth salvaging. This relationship, whoever this is, the Lovers card, it's worth salvaging, okay? Although there's definitely been deception, hurt, broken heart energy. All of this is here. This would not be here and coming in, crowning it, if it wasn't worth salvaging, but you can't fix it. This is, again, kind of like what I was talking to. I don't remember who I was just saying this to. I think to Shannon. When you can't, or to Deb, you can't fix this. And so since you can't fix it, that's that thing where we, admitting the powerlessness and just going, okay, well, since I'm powerless over this situation, I just need to let it go. And when you truly let it go completely, that's when you'll know if it's time to communicate, because you're not waiting for it to be time. Right now, you're kind of still waiting for it to be time. When is it time? That means you haven't truly, completely, 100%. You may have let go 99%, but not 100%. Because when you 100% let go of something, you literally are not even thinking about when it's time to, you just have literally surrendered power. You've surrendered that you are powerless over it. And so I feel like that's the last notch in your healing as well with this broken heart energy. Your broken heart is already starting to heal, and I think you're probably feeling that it's on the healing path. But what's going to be the final peace to your healing is when you finally just are free. You are not responsible for this. Like, you realize that, right? Not only are you not in control and don't have power over it, you're not responsible for this mess. You can take share your part in it. Like, you can all share your part in it, but you're not responsible for the mess either. Not only can you not fix it, you are not responsible. You just have to let it go. Yeah, let it go, let it flow. And also, talk to your spirit team and tell them, you know, I'm not attached to the outcome anymore. I trust that this all happened for a reason, for my best outcome, and I will trust the outcome. And this is to let you know there's good things coming for you. Like, don't doubt. There are good things coming for you, and you want to start speaking these things into existence before they get here. Okay, start welcoming in this lover's energy, this deep soul connection that's very represented by many different facets, and an emotional connection. The willingness to be able to experience that. Sometimes when we get like our hearts trampled on, divorce, heartbreak and stuff, we can get hard to the point that we're not willing to go there again, right? Even like the best person on earth could come in, Prince Charming, and you're like, no. The willingness to call that in and the willingness to take that leap of faith when the time comes is what you want to focus on now, and just really releasing attachment to the whens and hows. Don't worry about how and when, just worry about that you're not in charge of the outcome, you're not attached to it, and you're just welcoming in good energy, because that's the part that's going to allow this healing to happen for you. And you don't really want to know when to communicate, because communication is not attached to the healing. For you, it's not about that. And you can communicate from a logical headspace. There's lots of swords energy, so that communication isn't the issue. This is about something else. So just what I would worry about right now is just allowing yourself to truly be free of any responsibility, okay? What? No, I was talking to Amy, not Ashley. Amy, I'm doing a reading for Amy. Next is Jeanette. Jeanette. Are you still here, Jeanette? I think Jeanette McCallum. Jeanette McCallum is next. What's your question, Jeanette McCallum? You're happy to see me. Thank you, Ashley. Jeanette McCallum. Thank you for the love, Sierra DeSantis. I appreciate ya. I think Jeanette is the last one on my list. And Malia, where's Malia? Malia got a mini reading, but she's not here. Thank you, Sierra. That's really sweet. Thank you for saying that. Yeah, it's easier to talk about it than it is to do it. I mean, sometimes it's hard, but you know, when it gets hard, just kind of hunker down, keep the faith. What's a spirit and cards message for me about my life? Okay, let's see what's going on. Did I get everybody? Did I miss anybody else? We can all do hard things. Yes, we can. Si se puede. You've got the Chariot card crowning your reading. The Chariot is actually, I'm sorry, the Chariot card is your current energy. So Jeanette, you are in a place where you're about to make some real big forward, but you've also got, look, you got the Chariot and the Fool. So the Fool and the Chariot are both major arcanas. They definitely represent the fact that you're at a place where you're about to make a big leap forward in life. Now, you've also got the Two of Wands, which suggests that you're not only about to make a big leap forward, but you're at a crossroads. You've got to choose a new path. So you're like Dorothy in The Wizard of Oz. Remember, Dorothy's going down the yellow brick road, and then she gets to the road forks, or it goes like 3 different ways. And she's like, wait a minute, which way do I go? This is where you're at. You're at a fork in the road. You've got to choose a path. And that, I don't know what your sign is. I know being Virgo, I'm Virgo sun, Gemini ascendant. Those are 2 of the most like mental signs out there. So I will overthink something until there's nothing left to think about. So I understand what this can feel like when you've got to choose a path. But the thing is, not choosing is a choice. That's been coming through for people a lot lately. So I think a lot of people have choices to make. Not choosing is a choice. Don't sit there and worry so much that you get paralyzed with fear and you don't make a choice, because that's a choice in and of itself, and that's a choice to do nothing, and that will lead you nowhere. You are at a crossroads. You're about to take a huge leap of faith. Don't be afraid to make a choice. Be more afraid to overthink than to make a choice, because either way, you're going to be fine. Whatever your choices are, that's not like A's a good choice and B's a sucky choice. No. If that was the case, it wouldn't be difficult to make the choice, right? They're both good choices. They're both valid choices. And remember, ultimately, guys, when we're on a spiritually destined path, we're going to the same destination either way. It's just which way are we going to get there? So don't be afraid to make a choice. Don't be afraid to be decisive. That is the one thing I can tell you right here is coming through for you really strong. Be decisive, be confident in your choices, and believe in what you're doing. I would say if it comes down to head versus heart, choose your heart, but I'm a heart on the sleeve type of person. I'm one of those people. I believe in making heart over head decisions because I think our heart is really where our soul is. That doesn't mean I think you should make a stupid decision, either. I mean, that's the thing. I cannot find a path. Well, the way you're being represented is by the 2 of Wands. And look at this. They're both leading. If you start here at the base, they're both leading to the same thing. So it's not that you can't find a path. It's more that you don't know how to get where you're trying to go. You're like, I know where I want to go, but I don't know how to get there. One step at a time. Just one step at a time. And this is what these cards tell you. The Chariot, the Fool. What they're saying to you is, Spirit wants you to know that when you take a little step into your destiny and show just a little bit of faith, right? When you just show a little bit of faith and take a small step into your destiny, do one little thing that shows that you have faith in your future, Spirit's going to meet you out there and yank you into the future. Like, things are going to work out in your favor. That's what these cards are saying. Things are going to work out in your favor to get you where you're trying to go, but you have to show just a little bit of faith to get on that path and to get there. So that's a beautiful thing, and I would say just have faith in that, okay? Are these $5 reads we can get? No, they're actually, I do mini readings on Sunday and Wednesdays usually, guys. They are $22.22, but I'm actually closing for the night. That was I just did the last one. I will be back on Wednesday, hump day, on Wednesday night at 9. I usually do about an hour, and we're right at coming on an hour now. So I'm wrapping it up. But yeah, it's $22.22 is usually the price. Sometimes I do it for less, and sometimes I do free readings just to to give back. I'll play games and do free giveaways for people who win the free giveaways. But typically it's around 20 or 22, something like that for a mini read. And then the other information is listed in the description. Okay. You're welcome, Jeanette. You're going to see it. And what I would say is, if you're not seeing anything, Jeanette, what I would do if I were you is, that's what you need to communicate to your spirit team. You need to tell your spirit team and your God, your God, in prayer and meditation, thank you for showing me the path, because I haven't seen it yet. So I'm thanking you in advance for showing it to me. Okay? Don't say, I don't see the path. I don't know where it is. Say, thank you for showing me the path, because I haven't seen it yet, and I'm thanking you in advance for showing the path to me. In other words, be grateful for what's coming to you before it gets here, and it'll come in faster. Prayers of thanksgiving are the strongest and most affirmative type of prayers and meditations. Those will get you what you want, okay? All right, guys, I'm out. You guys have a great rest of your Sunday. I'm going to be working the next couple days on the Zodiac readings for all the signs for November, so they all should be up before the 1st. So I'm super ready to get those done. I should have plenty of energy to do that since I've been lazy all weekend. And I'm going to also work on a couple personals tonight and tomorrow morning. All right, guys, you guys have a great night. Thank you so much for the love. Thank you for being here. I love you all, and I wish you all a high vibrational, happy Sunday night.